Thank you LEGO for sending these sets for review. LEGO Fortnite is back at it with a few summer releases, the 3 you see on screen that I'll be reviewing in this video, and an 18 plus mecha team leader, kinda matching the vibes of last year's Peely Bone. To start things off, the LEGO Peely and Sparkplugs camp is based off of LEGO Fortnite Odissey characters and settings, the reason why the wolf didn't initially make much sense to me. So as far as characters, in minifigure form at least, we have 3. A basic skeleton, basic Peely still running the same molded piece of last year's Peely from the Battle Bus set, but pretty plain in comparison as far as prints go. And finally, Sparkplug, clearly the most detailed minifigure here, featuring a lot of details, including that cool tattoo in her arm. All minifigures have tools, which then leads us to the brick-built characters. First, the Supply Llama, which for the relatively small scale, kinda surprised me by the amount of play and movement it has, but nothing compared to the Wolf build, which is significantly more poseable across the board due to the heavy use of ball joints for the limbs. It looks very close to the in-game version of the enemy, as expected, since the in-game version is, well, built out of LEGO bricks as well. As the set name implies, this is supposed to be our character's campsite, though not a whole lot going on for that, I think. There's just a basic crafting bench and some ruins. I do like the crafting bench, as you can kinda play with it as you would with an actual table saw, raising this section here or making the blade, so to speak, spin. The ruins, on the other hand, are pretty self-explanatory, though were built in a way where they can come down rather easily, as if to reenact the wreckage that came from fighting the wolf. There's also the campfire build, which is, again, quite accurate to the in-game version of the object, and with the spider up there, that about sums up what this set is all about. Clearly geared towards conflict play, with all of the fight scenes that can be acted out by all the characters and minifigures. Looking at these, I find it hard to believe that this set has 250 pieces, which totally doesn't feel like it, so that's a bit of a downside. But on the flip side, it's priced at $23. Not terrible by any means, but far from the crazy cheap deals of last year's LEGO Fortnite sets. For those who play the game, there's an enticing bonus in the form of an in-game outfit you can get by scanning this QR code. I don't play the game, so help yourselves. The LEGO Fortnite Der Burger restaurant is once again based off of a LEGO Fortnite location/building kit with a lot going on for it, and it starts with the 4 minifigures included. Again, a basic skeleton we've seen a million times before in LEGO sets, then the beach bomber with the over-the-top prints and headpiece, as is usually the case with most LEGO Fortnite minifigures, then Grimy, far less detailed in comparison with just head and torso prints, and finally Beef Boss, with again the over-the-top minifigure headpiece matching the in-game character really well. All minifigures have items to hold, and that leads us to the Der Burger restaurant itself, with that really sweet brick-built burger up top. Brilliantly done at this scale, I may add. Maybe a bit too big to be a polybag, and perhaps too small to become a $10 LEGO set, but I'm sure people would be thrilled about this if it were a standalone product. Oh wait, LEGO has done that already. There's 3 builds attached to the restaurant that are meant to be taken off if you wish. First, the spicy pepper plant, then a sitting area, and finally the ordering menu with a few options including the spicy burger. Taking these things out of the way makes it easier to see the restaurant with its iconic color scheme and nicely shaded roof, which was kinda cool to put together. Turning the model around reveals the attic, where a crate with a few in-game items can be found, a lone spider, and down below some of the restaurant's customization options, like the condiment station, the soda machine, yet another great build, and the cash register with a burger ready to go out. When I said that this here has a lot going on for it, I wasn't kidding, as the entire thing is actually modular. Taking the roof section away ends up releasing all the building blocks of the restaurant, allowing you to build this up however you see fit, which is kind of interesting. This is asking people to buy a couple of these sets to build the ultimate Der Burger restaurant, as the base set by itself, while cool and customizable, doesn't really let you do a lot more than what you see here, I feel. Still great, and with the added bonus for those who play the game of a free outfit by scanning the QR code on the building instructions. This is where things take a turn for the worse in regards to pricing. It would be impossible to sustain last year's deals. They were completely bonkers, I feel, so now this 550-piece LEGO set will retail for $65, which kinda makes more sense. Not that I agree with it or find it great, but it makes sense. I'm not sure turning an in-game asset players can only get, to my knowledge, if they buy it from the shop with real money, the best bet when it comes to new LEGO Fortnite products. I can see the value of getting a lot of iconic characters on the smaller set, which is relatively affordable, or how the cuteness of the Colombo could be enticing to people. This here, on the other hand, I really don't see it, and the price isn't helping either. But I don't know, you tell me. But out of these 3 LEGO Fortnite sets, Colombo might be my favorite. Maybe because I don't really play the game and am attracted by its looks, building techniques and desirable colored bricks. But first, let's have a look at the 2 minifigures. Oro has this insane dual molded crown piece, not to mention all of the decos in his body. No side leg or arm printing, but still above most LEGO minifigures' average level of detail. Then Adventure Peely, the 3rd instance of the character so far, which will probably make for an interesting collection provided LEGO Fortnite sets keep coming out. The set also comes with a spider and a clownberry plant, the item you'll have to pick up and give to Colombo in order for you to be able to tame and ride it in LEGO Fortnite. Prior to the LEGO set, I had never heard about the character, but my lord does it look cool. Kinda getting some Avatar Appa vibes from him, but with a much cooler color scheme. It isn't common at all to see these many lavender pieces in a single LEGO set, or sand blue ones for that matter, and this set has both, which helps define the body parts very well with the white on the ventral area. There's also these magenta spikes, or scales, not too sure, flowing really nicely from the back towards the front, with pairs of them for ears or horns. Not too sure either, but still love it. As I do these feather-like pieces behind the head, maybe axolotl-type gills. The face is super expressive and does so with relative ease, with just a pair of printed round tiles for the eyes and his massive jaw, filled to the brim with teeth that can open ever so slightly. And of course, the head can tilt and rotate due to the strong joints used in the neck area. The legs, on the other hand, are locked into this angle, which was quite the cool building technique while we're at it. Though the feet, also on ball joints, do move a little depending on how you decide to place each of the 6 individual legs, that do connect with a click inch to the body. 2 back ones, on the other hand, have an extra angle of movement as they can be turned inwards as opposed to the other 4. The little tail also moves, and the dorsal area is stacked with these sand blue wedges for a nice scales or feathers effect, with a few studs here and there, including this particular area behind the neck where the players are supposed to ride the creature. With close to 1100 pieces, the set will retail for $110, which is fair, but I kinda wish LEGO had managed to keep it at $99.99, always a great sweet spot to aim for. Again, I know next to nothing about the game, yet the creature really is an amazing LEGO model. It's striking, the build was fun, and for those who care, I'm sure the minifigures will also be extremely appealing. Not the most affordable set out there, but I like it a lot. Not really sure how the LEGO Fortnite player base is and if it warrants 2 sets like these being made, but like always, time will tell. Do you play the game and I am completely oblivious at its popularity, or is LEGO reaching a bit too far here? Do let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.